Yes. Welcome, welcome. Today we're here with two fabulous ladies, Hillary and Flora, who will be conducting workshops at the District 109 in Hania Conference. My name is Nilda Ronaldo, and for the next few minutes, I will be having a conversation with our speakers to get to know them better and see what we can expect for these very intriguing workshops. Now, let's start with by introducing yourselves, ladies. Flora Gavin and Hillary Burke. Who are you?
Flora.
Thank you, Hillary. So I actually struggled to answer this question, and it's kind of my main quest. I'm a psychologist. I work as well as a psychotherapist. I'm an author. I am a woman, multiple potential, and yes, I help people discover who they are and let them shine out in the world who they are.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Flora. And Hillary, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm also a woman. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I have been a member of Toastmasters since 2001. Most of the time, there was a few years where I dropped out. And I have been a movement theater artist for many years. So my whole life has been a creative life. And most of the work that I did as a movement theater artist outside of the performance stuff on stage had to do with projects that addressed issues around social awareness and social issues. So I've spent a lot of time working on how to express what matters to us through our bodies. I'm a kinetic learner, and I believe many of us are kinetic learners. And so working with your body and through your body, discovering what's comfortable for you and what you are and who you are is how I put myself out there.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, you both have caught my attention, I must say. Flora, I had the opportunity of having a look at one of her videos introducing herself. It was a bit of a tongue twister. Who I am, I'm going to see someone, but that's someone, who is that someone? It was just fascinating. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know more about you, Flora. And Hillary, movement artist. Wow, that's a load right there. But you already gave us a bit of a preview into what that could be, since you mentioned kinetic learning. Is that something you're passionate about?
Well, it's my natural state, so I guess I'm passionate about it. It's the way I have always learned. I work with my hands and my body. Not that I'm not a mental person, but I am definitely. I notice that you can just, in simple ways, discover things about yourself.
Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, excellent. Especially the times that we're living in, where we're so much in our heads, right? Mm-hmm. So this is, again, a very interesting conversation. Ladies, could you share with us a favorite quote, something that guides your life, if I would say so?
I would love to. I need to read it because I don't have in mind by heart. It's from Carl Rogers, who is a therapist that invented person-centered approach, which I'm trained in and which I'm passionate about. I realized that if I were stable, present, and static, I'd live in death. Therefore, I accept confusion, uncertainty, fear, and emotional ups and downs, because that's the price I'm willing to pay for a fluid, perplexed, and exciting life.
Yes, yes, yes. That hits home in so many ways, because we all seem to be static right about now. We have been for the past year. So very apropos for this time in space, I would say. Hillary, what's a quote that that defines your kinetic movement? or your design or your creative life.
What about self-awareness? So much of being in your body and expressing yourself physically has to do with being aware of yourself.
Mm.
And this quote actually has a lot. It's more psychological, but it's stuck in my head recently, and that is that if people call you a fox, maybe you should look for a tail. So often we just want to deny who we are. Other people see it. We can't see it. See if we got a tail back there.
Wow.
Positive and negative, right?
Excellent. Excellent. Oh, wow. Now, tell me, ladies, what should we expect to hear from your workshops at the conference? Hillary, perhaps you could tell us, will we come to peace with our tails?
No. That's a lifetime journey, ladies and gentlemen. What we will do, we're going to do physical exercises so that you kind of get in touch with your body. And then we're going to play with words and, mostly with words and short sentences by dealing with it through your body. So for instance, if you play with a word that has an emotional content and you see how it feels when you're slouched or when you've got your chest out or when your belly is hanging out in front of you, it feels different. And you get to notice that, oh, what I say is going to feel different according to how I hold my body. Also, it's not, for me, about telling people what to do with their bodies. It's about getting comfortable and aware of what you naturally do. Then if you want to make changes, that's up to you.
Wow. Sounds like lots of fun.
It's fun. I'll have fun.
So much fun that we'll be completely in tune with our bodies. Oh, yes.
We'll do our best.
We'll do our best. That's the best we can do, right?
That's correct. It's one little step at a time, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. And Flora, give us a sneak preview into what we should expect to learn from your conference.
You should expect to be surprised and to enter in an unknown place, because it's not so much on the content I will give and speak about authenticity, how it leads to more connection and definitely make us feel more alive. But it's really about the experience I want to offer, that people can feel it, experience what it is to be in contact with themselves and with someone that is incarnating authenticity.
Wow, yes. Yes, isn't that the title of your workshop, Authentic Leadership?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, because that's a bit of a buzzword that we hear all the time. Authentic leadership, authentic leadership. Okay, so how will this be different from what we hear all the time?
I can only tell you that the intention is to experience it in the moment. So the difference is really that, well, actually, I cannot tell you how it will be, because we will co-create it. And this is how I feel you are the most authentic, when you are open to what you're gonna experience in the moment. So it's really not so much about what I will learn, I will teach or verbally transmit. It's really about what we will experience together.
Okay, wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. Now, ladies, please express how you have become an expert in your fields, in your respective fields. What's your story? What's your path?
I'll go first on that. I am a person who grew up with lots of learning disabilities, and I was not a candidate for higher education. Fortunately, my parents gave me the opportunity to pursue theater and things that were kinetic. As I said, I'm a kinetic learner. So I went off and studied mime. I studied mime at the American Mime Theater, and I've studied with many other teachers in the world of mime. I realized that sometimes I have something to actually physically say, and I created my theater company as a movement theater company. So I worked with dancers and actors, and we used text and movement and short metaphors to create our work. For 20 years, I created all our own work. Not only that, we made the costumes and props, we did the sound. So I've been fully engaged in that creative process. During all of that time, I taught, I ran projects, and it's that information plus many years of Toastmasters that brings me to this place. Plus, I discovered I could do this online, which is pretty cool.
Exactly. That was my next question to you. Has being online impacted the way a kinetic learner can digest information or even transmit information? Does that affect it at all?
I think so, more than I could imagine. I think, in fact, since people are mostly in their own space, that they have fewer inhibitions. You're more willing to get up and be silly if the only people that are looking at you are on screen. I'm surprised, actually, at how effective this can be. Also, that with the breakout rooms, people can work interactively in small groups. Mm-hmm. If I were teaching 100 people in a large room, just the volume of sound by itself can be intimidating for some people.
Absolutely.
All that is gone. So it's quite effective, to my surprise.
Ooh. Okay, so it's a whole new world opening up.
It is.
For
deal with people all over the world.
Yes, yes. Yes, because up until now, would you say that learning has been, the approach with learning has been more visual than anything else up until now?
Up until now, like up until the pandemic and everybody's
yes. Yes.
Not for me personally. It depends, I think.
Okay.
How we learn. It's a combination, right?
It's a combination.
We absorb stuff through our ears,
mm-hmm.
and all of that goes into our bodies.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Ooh, okay. You've just taken me to another question, but I want to hear about Flora's path. Flora, tell us about your path to the expertise in our inner discovery, inner being. Tell us about that.
For that, we need to travel back 10 years ago. I am 25. I have the golden job, smiley, happy person. All in appearance, because I have everything to be happy, but I don't feel happy. And I cry without reason, that my mind doesn't find a reason. And when I first go to visit a psychologist, I tell her that my tears are betraying me because they're showing that I am weak and I'm not. Well, 10 years, many workshops, psychotherapy, discoveries on myself, and removal of all these masks that I was wearing to protect myself from truly connecting with myself and with people. And I can definitely tell you that my emotions, my tears, my vulnerability is a strength. And I'm convinced that it's a strength for everyone, and that it's our beautiful gift as human people. So I would say it's not only my learning, my study in psychology and psychotherapy, but it's also my life experience and the work I've done on myself that led me to acquire this expertise.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. So you are living your message. You are living your experience. And that's the truth for both of you. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, with that, what would you say is one divergent thought you could share with us? Divergent thinking is the main theme of the district conference this year. What's one divergent thing, Flora?
I already answered that question. I think vulnerability is a strength, and I think we all think it's a weakness. And I'm convinced it's not, that our sensitivity is a great indicator to lead better and to go further.
Well, and she says that with a smile. Well, you did warn us that you were very smiley. No joke.
And well, it gives me an opportunity to say my second diversion thought is that I actually enjoy experiencing any emotion. It's not that it's comfortable when I'm desperate and I'm crying and I feel really bad about myself, but hey, I'm alive.
Yes.
And that's an experience.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wow. Hillary, how about you? What is divergent thinking for you?
Well, this is something that's been on my mind. I'm about to write a speech about it. I have come to, I believe that we evolve, that evolution, but we don't evolve just as in a biological sense. We evolve physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that it all goes along a continuum. And in the last even 100 years, the amount of choices that we have available to us have expanded exponentially. We can choose so many aspects, what we do for work, what gender we want to express ourselves through, where we live, what religion, all of those things that not so long ago we didn't have an option for. And my idea is that this is like a threshold of a spiritual evolution, basically, because in order to go through all of these amazing capacity to choose different things, we have to choose wisely. We have to understand really what the effects of things will be into the future. And not only that, we have to accept everybody else and their choices. So for me, I feel like it's just a profound time in our, on our planet. And I'm happy to be here.
Oh, yes. Here, here. Absolutely. And that takes me to what you just said right now of it's not only expressing that difference or divergent way of being or seeing things or thinking of things, but it's also accepting them as we receive them. And there that's where we expand.
And accepting everybody else's choices. I mean, that gets to be the tricky area, right?
That's the tricky part.
What about that person and what they chose?
Absolutely.
Or whatever it is,
Yes, indeed. Wow. Now, what other talks or workshops are you ladies looking forward to attending from this district conference?
I want to go to the confidence game. It looked intriguing to me. And also there's one on Launch Your Podcast. That's something on the back of my mind. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yes, definitely. There's always something new to learn. And given like you said, this is a great time to be on planet Earth. And you both have extremely important messages to relay. So I'm looking forward to that podcast, Hillary. No pressure.
I'll try and let you know. I'm discussing doing one with my daughter. She and I did a theater project together many years ago. It's called Girls Wear Shirts, about mothers and daughters and sexual awareness in the family context.
Oh, wow.
And it was a series of short skits. We had it on stage. So she and I are thinking, how can we do something in a podcast, or I don't know, we'll see what we can come up with. Something fun.
Okay. Excellent. Brilliant. Now, Flora, do you have any particular curiosity for the workshops coming up?
I do. I found them all so tempting. The one from Hillary tempted me a lot. Unfortunately, the one on the podcast is at the same time as mine, so I won't be attending.
Darn it. Decisions.
And one is called Becoming Unstoppable. I just love the title and the energy in it. And I was also very happy to see that a lot of women are going to propose workshops, and I'm very happy about that. So I look forward to the whole weekend. I have to say, it will be difficult to make choices.
Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. So this is where we tap into, where do we tap into to make that decision, Flora and Hillary? Help us out. How could one make a decision of attending these workshops? Where should we tap into?
I guess here I might meet with Hilary Fields, but I feel for myself, I feel it in my body. It's a hell yes. And it's just like I like the energy of this person. I wanna open myself to what will go on, and yeah, to discover, to experience, to this unknown that is open for me. And if I feel it in my body, the energy, yes, that's the way I take my decision.
Okay, okay. I thought I was the only one like that. Whenever I felt some kind of a goosebump, I knew there was
Right.
something going on. Yes, I see
Yeah,
Hillary saying yes. Okay, okay. So
Definitely.
that's a good way to go. Excellent, excellent. Wonderful. Now, let me ask you, what made you, I have an intuitive feeling for the answer, but here it goes. What inspired you to apply for a workshop facilitation?
Well, that's where I become a bit emotional, because it's really connected to my big why. I really do believe that the aim of life is to discover oneself and to let it shine, and to allow then people to do the same. And we so much need now more than ever to have leaders, person that are themselves and dare to show themselves. So that's what I want to inspire and to transmit, and that's what I accompany in my daily work. So that's why.
Okay. Wow, wow, wow. Now, Hillary, what's your take on that? What possessed you to, to be here and facilitate a workshop?
I put some workshops together for my own club online, and they were very successful. I've done them in person as well, so I could have applied for an in-person workshop. I have another thing I do. I make fancy leather handbags. It's another way of being kinetic, being in my body, and that's been my focus for some time. But I miss being out in front of people. I miss putting all that I know about how we function with our bodies and sharing it with other people. So it's just seemed like an automatic choice. Oh, when it came up, I thought I'll do it. Here I am.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, yes. Now, you both mentioned the importance of being connected to our bodies and being true to who we are. But that is so scary. Especially, I'm thinking of the Toastmasters community. Just, we have a set rules, set curriculum to follow for speeches and public speaking. And when we stray away from that, whether it's in Toastmasters or in our professional fields, it's so scary to show who we really are, for that fear of rejection and not fitting in. What is one to do, Hillary and Flora?
Can I push against that a little bit?
Yes, do.
Because one of the things I discovered about Toastmasters, which I think is absolutely brilliant, is that it's just an outside structure. It's like the bones of something. And you get to put your own flesh on it according to who you are. And I find that Toastmasters, of any system I've been to, and to be honest, I studied mime in a similar way, where I was given this tight structure, but then I got to choose what I wanted to do within it. which is what drove me to that and to Toastmasters. The first time I went, I thought, this is brilliant. I can be totally myself. And then I just have to learn the structure. It's like learning steps and then choreographing your own dance. And I see Toastmasters very much in that sense. So I'm given, okay, now I have a stage that's this big with these restrictions. I get to choreograph within it. And we really can totally be ourselves in that construct. It's a beautiful thing. And I think it's brilliant for the world.
Wonderful, wonderful. Flora, do you have anything to compliment?
I would love, yes. I think the first step that always worked for myself and is more complicated in the process than the words I'm going to say, but it's acknowledging, yes, this is scary. I am scared. My heart is beating very fast. And it asked me to be brave and courageous to do it anyway. But I don't need to deny this scariness. And yes, Toastmaster is also a perfect play field because there is so much empathy and people willing to give feedbacks that will just help you rise. And but yeah, it is scary, and I think it's very important to stay still with that and give some space to the feeling because it's there anyway. Yes.
Give space to the feeling. Yes, 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 yes. And speaking of feeling and Toastmasters, when we look at Aristotle's rhetoric, right, the pillars of rhetoric, right, ethos, pathos, logos. It's not in the right order, but ethos, logos, pathos, well, you get my point. Which one resonates the most with both of you?
For me, it was ethos. It was really like, be the change you want to see in the world. I do deeply feel that incarnating who we are is the best way to teach, the best way for people around us to stand up and be themselves. So yeah, ethos team here.
Yes, Team Ethos. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And Hillary, how about you? Which one?
I'm with Flora. I agree with you. I think that it's, it's the opportunity to be relaxed inside yourself and let your own self shine through. How do we do that? And I think that Toastmasters in many ways gives us those opportunities. Even the evaluations and the feedback. That's a way of actually saying, are you saying what it is that you want to say? Like, are we getting the message you want us to hear? And for me, that's so valuable. Often we think that we're saying something, our audience thinks something else. So how do we get to where we get to express what we want to express about ourselves? In that sense, be very genuine. So yes, I'm with you, Flora.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. I mean, we are 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks away from the district conference. I am so looking forward to seeing you both. I'm going to sign up for your workshops right now. I mean, just from looking at your websites and your profiles, just from that, I was all gung-ho about it. So I'm very much looking forward to meeting you both and getting to know how to be more in tune with who I am as a human being and projecting that out into the world, because we've got places to go and people to see, and
we've got vibration to put out.
Yes, lots of vibration. Good vibes to put out. Wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you.
Looking forward to it. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.